Hey guys, welcome back. It's Maverick here with another episode of Code Geass. And yes, I know this episode has been a little bit delayed. Sorry guys, but I have been, scrambling to fit my schedule for the 2021 winter season, right? There's a ton of anime coming out right now, and in fact there's actually still more anime that I want to watch that I can't really because of scheduling issues and whatnot. But it's a mess. But don't worry, I will still aim to complete the Code Geass series, and at least progress one episode at a time per week, right? So, with that being said, what did we last left on? We left on a place where, this could be considered major development, right? Because Lelouch has inadvertently killed Shirley's father, right? Through his actions of being part of the Black Knights, through his instigations and whatnot. And, I'm really curious how exactly Lelouch is going to basically get over this hurdle. Like, what kind of inner turmoil will he have, and how he can basically brush this off and then stand up once again to continue doing what he believes to be the right thing, right? The right thing, the correct thing, or the ultimate goal in any case. So I do presume we are going to have a lot of inner monologues from Lelouch from this episode. Let's just get into the episode right now. All right, let's begin in 3, 2, 1, play. Yeah. So why was Shirley's father there though? So were there actually citizens still living in the town below? Oh yeah, we also had the entirety, the entire plot line with the Kyoto group as well. I thought they were going to show the kiss once again. Apparently not. Eh? Another opening, eh? Well, I guess we are on episode 13 now. Looks like I picked a pretty interesting time to space out the episodes. Yeah, but the animation is still the same now. Oh no, there is a little bit of difference. Ooh. He always sing this. Jin. Can't understand, can't interpret, something like that is the translation for the title. Oh no, we do actually get quite a few. Oh, that's nice. We have an airborne aircraft carrier. Shirley at gunpoint. Hmm. Oh, yeah. I was actually wondering if they were going to be here or not.
の人のことを本当に好きで、その人もシャーリーを真剣に愛してくれるなら、パパは心からお祝いするよ。
ごめんなさいシャーリー。やだな。
Oh yeah, Callan also.
俺もごめん。そのさ、俺ホテルジャックの時テレビとか見てて、黒の騎士団ってちょっとかっこいいかもとか思って。あ、ほらニュースでも扱い違ってたし、成田のこともなんかすげえって掲示板で適当なこと書き込みしたり、だからごめん。
そんなことないよ。そんなの全然関係ないって。私だって成田のことには。よしなって。それより私はあんたの方が気がかり。ちゃんと泣いた？今変に耐えると後でもっと辛くなるよ。もういいの。もう十分泣いたから。
卑怯だ。黒の騎士団はゼロのやり方は卑怯だ。自分で仕掛けるのでもなく、ただ人の尻馬に乗って事態をかき回しては審判者を気取って勝ち誇る。あれじゃ何も変えられない。間違ったやり方で得た結果なんて意味はないのに。
さあ、じゃあ私たちはそろそろおいとましよう。シャーリー待ってるからね。いつもの生徒会室で。だから。ほらみんな行こう。
おいルルーシュ、
More Pizza Hut. Alright. You two
ごめんね。
are going to catch a cold.
ずるかったよね。あんな、ほんとずるいよね。あれじゃああするしかないもの。だから忘れて。困らせちゃってごめんね。私
Come on, that's really.
キスだけしてもらっても嬉しくないのにね。
シャーリー。
Yeah. No, I was going to scream at Lucia, go after her, but you know, Lucia probably also feels like, you know, do I have to write? Or something like that.
悔いているのか、友人の父親を巻き込んだことを。お前は桐原に言ったな、ぬるいと。自分は修羅の道を行くと。
黙れ。
だがぬるいのはお前の方だ。ゲームのつもりででもいたか？今までもお前は多くの人間を殺してきた。その手で、あるいはお前の言葉で。
黙れ。
そいつらにも家族はいた。恋人も友人も。まさか理解してなかったとでも言うつもりか？お前の覚悟はその程度の。
黙れ。覚悟あるさ。あの時クロビスを殺したあの時からな。
ならなぜ今さら迷う？それとも情で由来だか？せがまれるままにキスしてどれだけ偉そうなことを言っても所詮は口先だけの頭でっかちな童貞。
Harsh, but
お前にはもう動揺したり立ち止まる権利などない。生きるために必要なのだろう。私を失望させるな。
そう、人は差別されるためにある。
だから兄を殺したのですか？
間違った方法で手に入れた結果に価値はないと思うから。なあ、本当にやるのか？
口だけなら何とでも言える。
やめろ。腹違いとはいえ実は兄だぞ。一方通行の自己満足だよ。
そんな都合のいい世界。優しい世界でありますように。お前には生きるための理由があるらしい。
全てを変えるために。行くか、修羅の道を。
It's like, yes!
私だ。ゼロだ。
Hmm? Oh. Yeah. The lady.
残念でした、スザク君。コーネリア殿下の直属部隊からの命令、次の作戦に参加しろってさ。認められたのかな、それともまたおとり。
ロイドさん、人との正しい付き合い方教えて差し上げましょうか。
ありがとう、遠慮します。で、その作戦なんだけどさ。
うん。
ちょっと待ってくれゼロ。確かに京都からも頼まれたし、こちらの受け入れも問題ない。日本解放戦線にしたって海外に逃亡するよりは我々と共に歩むことを選ぶはずだ。しかし情報提供者ディートハルトと言ったか。はい、お目にかかれて
あ、
光栄です。コーネリアが海兵騎士団を投入し、解放戦線の片瀬少将の捕獲を目論んでいる。本当なんだな。はい、局では報道特番の準備に入っています。東堂中佐は片瀬少将と合流できずじまい。つまり今の日本解放戦線に確たる武力は存在しない。逃亡資金代わりの流体桜大都だけが頼りだから、コーネリアと戦うよりも片瀬少将を逃がすことを優先して。奥義、我々は何だ。黒の騎士だ。ならばなすべきことは一つだ。コーネリアの部隊を壊滅させた上で日本解放戦線の残存部隊を救出する。成り立ての忘れ物を今日この夜に取り戻すのだ。翔さんは愚問だな。分かった。作戦準備を開始する。皆先ほどの指示通り待機しろ。
ゼロ。
私はやることがある。話があるなら後にしてくれ。
総督はまだナンバーズである貴様を使うことに意欲が示されているが、私は使えるものは使う主義だ。たとえそれが日本の元総理の息子だろうと。
Narita certainly is relentless, eh?
片瀬だ。こいつさえ抑えれば日本解放戦線はおしまいだ。捕獲は海兵部隊が行う。貴様は陸上から海兵が片瀬を確保するまでの援護射撃および確保後の残党の殲滅に当たる。
殲滅でありますか。
目標以外は一人も生かしておいた。
Okay, now Suzaku is going to...
ブリタニアへの忠誠を示せ。クルルギスザク順位。
Ah,
出戦のチャンスだ。励め。
this is what I was questioning the last episode as well.
踏み絵かな、どうする。
Like, what will happen to Suzaku if he receives orders like this? So once again, we have this sort of parallel situation, right? Why are we suddenly getting some background music? Oh. I kind of feel like Lushu noticed this, right? Damn. You're certainly smart. Ah, is this why it's called Shirley at Gunpoint? Look at Lelouch. Now, C2. Hmm? Yeah. Now we're actually having some real mecha battles here. リクルート桜大。
ブリタニア軍め、いつの間に敵だ水中から来るぞ板垣 202-503 軍事の方向に雷撃を加えよう
こんなのもう戦いじゃない。
クルルギ獣医、
はい。
辛いかもしれないけど、あなたは職業軍人なのよ。
はい、分かっています。
どこから情報が漏れた東堂は未だ所在がつかめず、施政権も王とはハスケをよこすと言っていたではないか。そのはずですが、こちらから連絡をする手段がなく、将兵に死ねというのか、無意に死ねと。
一方撃停止していただきたい。こちらは日本解放戦線、機軍に降伏する。少佐、オープンチャンネルで降伏宣言が。
Ignore it. Yep.
見ろ、ただの時間稼ぎだ。今日休めず命令を遂行せよ。
本当にルルが黒の騎士団に？
くそ、これじゃ手遅れになる。ゼロはいつ動くつもりなんだ。ゼロがただの理想論者ではないことを祈るばかりだが。
ナイトメアが船に取り付いた。
そうか。脱出するルートは一つしかないはずだな。流体桜大刀を大事に抱えて。
Alright, now that they're.
早くしないと。
分かっている。出撃。
Did he just blow up the
なんという愚かなことを。流体桜大刀を爆発させると。
さすがだな、日本解放戦線。ブリタニア軍を巻き込んで自決とは。自決？
Zero is. Oh my god.
結果は全てにおいて優先する。日本解放戦線の血に報いたくば、コーネリアを捕らえ、我らの覚悟と。
Damn, Lelouch.
これじゃ成田の時と同じじゃないか。
こうでなければ。
おい、どこ行く？
解放戦線を取りに、手薄になった本体に。
Yeah, this guy gets it.
定石だが、それでは今一つ弱い。
逃げる気か。おい。
そうだ。どうせなら敵の戦力を削ぎ落とす。
But what are you trying to do, though?
解放戦線を生きたトラップとして。やはりゼロは素晴らしき素材。カオスの権下だ。もっと見せてくれ私に。あなたの主観に満ちた世界を。
Why would you need to run away from the battle, though, if that's what you want to see? Yeah. If anything, I have to say, like, they really, like, how in the world can they? Oh, Shirley's there. At this point, you should say, well, geez, you certainly killed a lot of soldiers yourself. Oh, and it's gonna be right in front of Shirley, isn't it? Yep, Shirley right here. Holy crap, is she actually going to? Okay, because this is a new ending here, so. Oh man, I certainly wasn't expecting this kind of development this early on. Holy shit. Actually, is this... Man. Things suddenly got, really epic really quick. Okay, is this supposed to be like C2? I think. See, the thing I don't get is why that guy... Stories, mosaic, cut, mosaic something. The thing I don't get is why that reporter dude decided to run at that point, right? Wouldn't that make him even more suspicious, all things considered? The daily lives and stuff. How do you even... Oh, something like this? Alright, I'll see you guys after this. Alright, well, this episode was really unexpected to me. I was expecting much more of a sort of introspective episode for Lelouch, you know, thinking about, like, what he's actually doing, and then maybe coming to his internal conclusion, like, how he's going to justify the actions, or how he's going to, you know, just, not to anyone else, but to himself, right? Like, how he's going to think this through his head, and then inevitably reaching the conclusion that he's still going to do all of this, you know, necessary sacrifices and all in order to complete his objective, right? Although in a way you could say that this episode is already an exemplification of the outcome or the conclusion that he made. He's definitely laser focused on continuing on the path, although he still gets he still gets wavered sometimes, because like in this episode when he saw Shirley and all that, right? But definitely I enjoyed how he used the Japanese Liberation Front. Now technically this is not the first time that he's used them as part of, you know, as part of decoys or part of pawns for his overall plans, right? This is the third time already. All the way back in the hostage situation, right? He basically killed all the Japanese Liberation Front without too much thought about it. During the battle at Narita, right? The landslide that he triggered basically not only took out Britannian soldiers, but it also took out soldiers from the Japanese Liberation Front as well, if I recall correctly. And then finally here, you know, another act of brilliance, using them and basically using them as bait in order to strike at the main Cornelia forces, right? Kind of harsh, but I have to say, tactically speaking, this is flawless. Not to mention, right, even from a long-term point of view, it doesn't really aid in Lelouch's, you know, endeavors if he has this other part that he cannot control, right? This other party that he cannot control, and that's actually also soaking up valuable resources from Kyoto and all that. The only thing I think the Japanese Liberation Force would be useful for is if they could serve as a long-term decoy, so that the Britannian forces cannot be too focused on Lelouch, right? If you take Japanese Liberation Force out of the picture, then it's going to be once again a 1v1 scenario here, and I do think that Lelouch needs to keep that in mind. Probably he weighed the pros and cons of it and decided that the Japanese Liberation Forces weren't really that useful as a long-term decoy, and so now he's using it as a short-term decoy. Although, once again, this particular move failed because it seems that he is not going to be able to get Cornelius in this battle either, right? And speaking of, no, I definitely, sure, there's probably, you know, if Suzaku knew about this, he'd definitely be completely angered and all that. And how can you use people as sacrifices and all that? But I think by this point, you guys should know I'm not really, you know, that kind of morally righteous person or all that. I mean, this is war after all. In fact, if anything, I do kind of feel almost slightly sorry for Lelouch, because, like, come on, even this situation with Shirley's father and all that, the landslide, you know, I still kind of feel, at the last episode, I didn't really want to go too much into this part, because obviously Shirley is still mourning, you know, we get that impactful ending and all that, but the more that you think about it, the more it's like, so, you know, the landslide, first of all, it's, that place is a theater of war, right? If anything, I feel like the Britannians should be the one responsible for clearing that area out, because they, after all, were the ones who made the initial strike in the first place, right? Not to mention, I think they mentioned already that they cleared out the area, they cleared out the zone, so what the hell was Shirley's father and all the other people doing there? I mean, the landslide, well, certainly, quite big and all, to me it was more like the property damages and all that. I feel like the town itself was quite near to the theater of operations, so it should have been evacuated, right? So what the heck happened? And not to mention, like, if they were really that close that the landslide could actually affect the people there, hey, what if there was a stray bullet, or if there was some stray explosions or whatnot? How can you say that that wouldn't have been the you know, the catalyst for killing a bunch of people, right? So, I mean, to be honest, I really don't think Lelouch is that much to blame here, even though I did mention about, hey, this might have consequences and all that, but it really depends on how you spin the situation, right? And definitely, I do kind of feel that perhaps the Britannian propaganda machine is working overtime in order to spin all this, to put the Black Knights, to put Lelouch, to put Zero in a bad light, and I would definitely expect that of them as well. Which kind of brings me to the next point of this Diethard character, right? I think his Japanese name is Dieto Haruto. I don't know what English viewers consider his name, but basically the reporter dude, right? I don't quite get why he chose to run away in the middle of battle. Maybe through his ingenious, he decided that Lelouch probably is going to fail in this particular battle as well, so he wants to slip out before anything can happen to him. I do kind of feel like it's kind of important for Lelouch to have friends within the media, right? So to find a way to spin it. Actually, does that really make sense though, since the media is being controlled by the Britannian government? Maybe not, but I do kind of feel like this entire, since he's waging not just a battle now, but this you need to take it from a higher viewpoint here, right? You need to look at things overall and not just on tactics and pure military power and all that sort. You need to think about all the other things as well, like your brand image, if you will, your image, how do people think about you, and so on and so forth. And having allies within the media is definitely going to help him counteract the sort of news spin that I have no doubt the Britannians are trying to do here. And I mean, come on, we even see them leaking their secret, this should be top secret plans, right? A military strike on rebel forces, and yet they leak it first to the media just so that they can have the news ready at the earliest convenience. Like, come on, that is definitely just hubris speaking. And to be honest, I'm kind of disappointed with Cornelia because she's definitely a very capable, very competent commander, and it seems that she gets shit done, right? However, it seems that she still suffers from the same hubris of, this plan is supposed to be completely secretive, and how they could actually leak this plan to someone who was not involved in the operation completely baffles me. So, I mean, whatever, but that's that. So what was I on? Oh, and finally, in regards to the entire moral question, right? I feel like Suzaku wasn't really tested all that much in this episode, even though we see him clearly have this sort of conflict of interest as well, and really rejecting the notion of opening fire on surrounding people and all that, but he was still told to follow orders, right? So did he follow the orders in the end? Do we see Suzaku actually slaughtering enemy personnel who have decided they wanted to surrender, and so on and so forth? No, I feel like he hasn't really been tested, right? Especially since he is playing the role of the White Knight, of the morally righteous guy. We need to see a little bit more of that, like what he goes through when he is tested, and what are his responses to it. Can he still continue to hold up his ideals, and so on and so forth? That's kind of important, right? I don't know, maybe his arc is going to come later on down the road, and then we'll get into all of it, but I feel like this episode itself was already a good example of how, I want to see how Suzaku reacts to this kind of situation here, right? I mean, he's trying to fight for the side of what he believes to be justice, right? Trying to do the right thing and all that. So can he continuously use this to justify all the things that he's doing right now, right? I mean, technically it is morally correct, but still, it's got to weigh on Suzaku, who is, after all, Japanese, and the Japanese Liberation Forces, I'm sure, are all remnants of the original Japanese army, right? So, formally, his people, if you will. But anyways, that's that for now, and of course we have the final, the ending shot there with Shirley versus Lelouch. Is Lelouch's secret going to be revealed here? I actually don't think so, but it seems that he's not in a condition to use Geass right now either. So, I mean, the only saving grace I would say would maybe be C2 once again. Otherwise, I really don't see how he gets out of that situation here, right? Now, obviously, Shirley isn't going to kill him, but is he going to learn of his identity and so on and so forth? But how would that... I really don't think so, because how would the series continue on if Shirley does learn of all of this? I don't know, but I guess we should just find out in the next episode. So thank you guys, and I will see you guys next time. By the way, from now on, I probably will be switching the Code Geass videos to like Sunday, Monday, something of that sort, just to, you know, fit this current season schedule and all that. So do check it out and wait for the videos during that time. And so that's it for now. Thank you guys, and bye bye.